Hey guys, so today I'm going to be starting the new kind of DIY sump trickle filter combination for my dwarf caiman's enclosure. This idea is something that has been done several times in the hobby before. Someone who made a big video about it is the king of DIY, Joey. And so basically what this is going to do is I'm going to use this, well both of these, and I'll show you why. We're going to be using this, and this, and two 80-gallon-per-hour pumps, and you can obviously increase or decrease the size for whatever you need. I really wouldn't go much smaller than this. This is just a little thing I'm putting together because I already have all the parts, and I figured my Caiman's enclosure could use some more flow. So basically what I've got here is I've got two small 3-tier organizers. What I've done is I have taken the top off of this one, and what that's going to do is that's actually just going to sit in here. Okay, this is going to be our sump right here. So the return pump is going to sit right here, and along with the heater and anything else that's going in here. And this is going to go on top like this. But I'm gonna be siliconing this in place, so it's not gonna be just sitting all awkward and not working like that. But I'm gonna be doing this. So I'm gonna be taking this top one out, putting it in there. Like I said, guys, this will be silicone and fitting a little bit better. So, water is going to come in through a circular hole, which I will drill right here, and go into this first drawer. And, you know, everything is going to have rows of small holes to allow for a nice even flow. And this will have my first layer of mechanical filtration, which is going to be some thicker filtration foam. Then my second layer is going to be a polishing layer. So all of the small particles that slip through the big holes in this layer of foam are actually going to be trapped here. It's going to be like polyester batting. If you've never used that for filtration, I highly recommend it. It's great stuff. I use it in my pond. I use it all over the house in all my filters, along with other things, but it does make for, you know, a great polisher because it traps all those small particles. So that'll be going in here, and that'll be polishing off the water. And then the reason this one is going one lower is going to be so that we can get a full trickle. And this will be my biological filtration. In case you didn't know, biological filtration, whether it's ceramic beads or the bio balls, it works the best when it actually has water moving through it and not just sitting. If they're just sitting in stagnant water, it's not really going to have the proper amount of oxygenation, etc. And so that's what that one's going to do right there. And then my return pump is going to be sitting right here, and that's going to take all of the freshly filtered water through this little stack. It's going to push it back up and into the tank, but I didn't want to just leave it as this plain, boring plastic thing. And so I'm just going to be going over it with some plain black acrylic paint. Really don't know how this acrylic's going to stick on plastic. I use this exact bottle I've used for 3 or 4 backgrounds of different tanks. So we're going to go ahead and give that a go. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to start painting. Guys, if you have not painted something smooth like glass or plastic with acrylic before, and this is your first time giving it a go, your first coat and your second coat, and possibly your third coat if it's glass, this one looks like it's taking it better, are going to look like this. You're going to see a lot of streaks. You're going to want to go in one direction for each coat. I use a hairdryer. You won't be able to hear me, but you just get the idea, so that's why I'm going to pause it again. But you put your first coat on, it's going to be all streaky and weird. Dry that off, put the second coat on, do it again, and repeat until you're left with a nice finish. Alright guys, so I have some of this painted. This part has the first coat on it, and I have all of my holes drilled in the bottoms of these tubs. And so obviously this half can't be painted because this will be underwater. Well, not all of it, but you know, about this high is going to be underwater. I'll need to move that up one higher, but I just have it there for the demonstration. So essentially, here's how this is going to work. I don't have any of my pumps or the rest of the filtration media. That's all going to be coming in tomorrow in the same package. So this is going to be a one-part video. Don't worry. I'm just going to have to resume recording when I have everything fully set up. So I'm using my little pressurized sprayer here, and that's going to almost show us how this would work. So we're just gonna put that in here, and like I said, almost show us how this will work. It'll be essentially the same with just a little bit faster of flow. A lot faster of flow. So things will get going a little bit quicker in the actual one, but I think we're starting to drip just a little bit here. But how this will function is the water will go in, and it requires pressure to drip through these holes. There has to be some sort of a buildup of water. You can see right there, it starts dripping once water accumulates. It won't just drip immediately. Oh, see, we're going through the full system already, actually, because that one's going pretty steady. It's a little bit uneven where it's sitting. So basically, it'll run through this coarse media right here, through the top, and I'm going to have a little spray bar so it doesn't all just pile in one spot. It'll go through... Oh, yeah, there's a crack in this bottom one. That's why it's going so fast through there. Let's fix that. Just push it down. There we go. So, it'll drip through that coarse media into this right here, which is the polish. And you can see it's doing that a little bit. It'll be going a lot faster in the end product. Then it's going to go into here where I will have my biological filtration. You can see some of that dripping now. And then it'll drip down into here. From there into here. And this is where the return pump will be, the heater will be, and anything else that I really choose to put in there. I might put like some minnows in there, just, you know, for funsies. Some plants will probably be in there as well. And so, I'm actually going to pause this, and I'm going to go get a glass of water and just pour that in the top, and that'll simulate after the whole thing is started. If you have any canister filters, it's similar to how your canister has to prime before it's ready. It has to completely fill with water before the thing will start fully working. So I'm going to go ahead and get a glass, and I'm going to just... You're going to want your holes to be a size to where water can build up about this high. Just a little layer of water. You don't want it to all rush out immediately. So I'm going to pause this, get a glass of water, show you what I'm talking about. Alright guys, so I am back with the last part of this video. I've let it run for a couple days so I can know exactly what my thoughts on the way I did this and ways that anyone else could do this better were going to be. And so, this is the return pump. That is the intake pump in there. And they're two 80-gallon-per-hour pumps. I'm going to keep the 80-gallon-per-hour pumps and probably just put them inside of the water. In all honesty, just let them circulate water that way. But I will be getting... I'll probably be just going up to 100 gallons per hour. This does work, though, and this will give you a beautiful idea of how this should run. See if I can... You can see that steady flow of water in there. And that is actually pointed right on where I've got some filter padding. I would have put more, but I need, with the next, when I put new pumps in there, I'll be putting a spray bar in. I'll be installing a spray bar instead of just straight pump, because then the water will come through a little bit more even all throughout, and it'll take full advantage of all of this. I'm actually going to pause this, turn the flash on, and that way you guys can get a little bit of a better. Alright, here we go with the flash. So like I said, it goes through a coarse filtration right there. And then it goes into some biological filtration. It is mostly piled up in that back corner because that's, once again, where the water hits. And I made the holes a little bit larger and a little bit less of them, so water reminisces in there a little bit longer. The bacteria really only needs to be kept wet and under circulating water in order for it to breed and thrive. So that's, you know, that's the trickle system. It works great. The system is fine. I wouldn't change anything that way. Heater's back there in the corner. You know, it works great. It's been keeping the water clear. And just because I do still have the filter, I saw no reason to not let it run. Here pretty soon I'm going to be building the rest of the Caiman's enclosure, which all I'm really going to do is I'm going to take one sheet of plywood, pull it right up to here, just like that. And I'll be building a little box over half of the water section. And obviously that, not really a box, but just a divider, and then the rest of the piece of the plywood. That way I can have him, give him a little bit more of a land section. I want to put a little bit more, like some actual dirt, because Caiman's will dig. I'll let you look at him while I talk. He's hunting goldfish. Don't worry, he doesn't eat goldfish often. I am fully aware that they are not a good food source. Just a little snack for him. There will be the land section, because they do dig in the wild. They do dig burrows. And so I'll be doing that for him. Installing a couple more heat lamps. I'll be getting another one of these Sunblaze UVB strips. They're the T5s. They're really good stuff. And I'll be having one over the land section and one over the water. I'm gonna keep all the Pothos that I have. I'm gonna keep those in the water section, and then I'm gonna just be doing a couple more plants, see if he lets them survive. I'll be leaving them in the pot, most likely. That way he can't dig them up or really ruin them. But I just want to do that for him. I'm gonna have like some logs going over the water section, give him some stuff to climb on. And one of the big things I'm really hoping this changes, clown knifefish in aquariums generally are not big hiders. They don't hide a lot. But I think the reason mine hides so often is because, because he can. He's got this whole section where it's just for him. And no one else really goes in there, so he just decides to stay there until the lights go out. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's healthy, perfectly healthy. But I want to see a little bit more of him, so I'm hoping when this is completely filled, and then, oh, I didn't even finish telling you what the rest of the cage will look like. This will be completely filled. Like I said, I'll have the half that is land, and I'm probably just gonna get some chicken wire, or even just the roll of this again, and some 2x3s. Put up 4 in the corners, maybe 1 in the middle. Build a door. Just have it flat on the top, and then hang some lights in there. Boom. There's a decent-sized caiman enclosure. That's what I don't understand about all these videos. Like some bigger YouTube channels, I'm not going to sit here and blast out names because I'm not a child. But there are some bigger channels here on YouTube with caimans. Sorry about that, I'm just messing with the pump. It seems like it lost its hold on this thing, so I'll keep doing that while I talk. There are some bigger channels here with caimans bigger than mine, and they're in 55-gallon fish tanks, 75-gallon. It was in a 55-gallon, and then they made this whole big video moving it to a 55-gallon. Like, this thing is huge. Into a 75. Like, this thing is huge. It's way bigger than mine, and it's trapped in a fish tank. I really disagree with that. And so, it's gonna cost me probably $40, if even, to build this new enclosure. And this thing, $50. Bada boom, bada bing. It's cheap, it works, it's efficient, and it makes them way happier. Like, he's got everywhere he wants to go. He can turn everywhere he needs to turn, and here pretty soon, I'm already going to be upgrading his enclosure size. I see no reason for people not to, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the DIY filter. It runs great. This is exactly what you need to do if you want one yourself. I would just do bigger pumps. If you're going to be doing it at this size, if you're going to be doing it a little bit smaller, this pump will be these pumps, 80 gallons, will be fine. I'm going up to 100 gallons, and let's see if that works a little bit better. Mostly because of this right here. There's a good half of this that flows perfectly, but then this last half right here is just drips and trickles. The part that flows really well, though, you can see it. It is polishing the water exactly like I want it to. So, guys, just thought I'd show you real quick what's going on here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.